top of his head looks like a cheese string.
They cannot get away. It does.
Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Fishy Boys.
Fishy Boys.
We just suddenly changed the name of our channel with no explanation.
Don't even reference it. Just Fishy Boys. Away we go.
So we're watching The Underwater Menace. We're on part 2. Anything we need to know about this episode, Paul?
Well, apart from the fact it's the first bit of moving footage we've seen of Troughton, apart from like a snippet of surviving footage of Power of the Daleks and stuff, wasn't it? A little bit in the Highlander. Not the Highlander. The Highlanders. The film Highlander is a very different kettle of fish.
Pardon the... You're on fire tonight,
I'm
mate.
so sorry.
Yes, which is much needed, I think, because the last episode was a recon, an official recon, but it was...
A what?
You need
What
to...
have we done?
you need to officiate, I think. Taking the scale of this situation.
Oh dear. Oh dear
Fish
me.
puns. So yeah, it was quite hard to follow the last episode because, I don't know, it just stayed on images for a long time because I assume lack of material to work with. So it was a little bit hard to follow, but looking forward to this. Shall we go into it, Paul?
Yes, let's dive in.
Let's dive in with Paul. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, why did that tickle us so much?
I know, I had no idea. No idea.
Fishy boys.
Fishy boys. It's been a long week.
Yeah, we've got to have some fun sometimes, don't we?
When's it the school holidays again?
Oh.
No?
There's a lot of bank holidays coming up because
thank
someone's
goodness.
going to be king, apparently.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hey, there we go. That's the intro I want to see.
Finally. Here we go. Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ah, I've missed moving footage. It's been a long time.
It has, hasn't it? Oh.
What have you done?
I didn't do any. What happened?
Did you skip? It hasn't skipped to a different episode, has it? I was just thinking to myself, I don't remember seeing this. I was like, oh yeah, we didn't see anything.
I didn't. Oh, crumbs.
Yikes.
That was horrible,
we have
wasn't
come
it?
a long way in our research.
You'll have to increase output or you'll be joining our fish friends. All right, get on with it.
Fish friends.
That's what we call our viewers now, here on Fishy Boys.
I've another
Our
two
fish
for you.
friends.
Right, this way, follow me.
Or maybe we could call it the school.
The school, yep. The top of his head looks
But
like a
we'll find
cheese
them.
string.
They cannot get away.
Does Zara think about it all?
Oh, he's furious, of course.
When
Not
you've
set his
peeled
plan.
apart a lot of the...
Not have interfered
What are
with
they
the temple
called?
sacrifice.
Fronds.
You've always
Yeah,
hated him,
the
Ray.
fronds.
Why?
You distrust Zaroff out of instinct. I distrust him because I know the truth.
Why should I trust you?
That's a very good question. I wish I could think of a good answer.
All right, tell me what you know.
Cameras are struggling to convey the angle here, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a bit like the ordeal from the Daleks,
Yeah.
trying to pull people up slopes.
I think I've got a foothold now.
I have given much thought to your words, and I have come to a decision. There is your answer. Do with them what you will.
Oh.
Dear. Yeah, what are your thoughts on seeing some Troughton for the first time then?
Yeah, it was good. It was kind of what I expected, but not what I expected in a way.
How so?
Yeah, no, I guess you have, if you've watched several hours of recons of him, you have in your mind kind of what his mannerisms are like to watch. But it was kind of like, I was kind of almost right, but not quite right. It's kind of hard to put my finger on, but yeah, no, I like him. He's quite funny, isn't he?
Yeah. I think I would describe, he's got this sort of, he's a bit of a scamp.
Yeah.
He's kind of, a bit playful and jokey, but at the same time whilst kind of covering quite a serious side.
Yeah.
He makes light of things which are quite serious, like the world being blown apart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he is a bit of a scamp. He's like, a bit of a breaded prawn.
Bit scampy.
Scampy. Yeah, and I think my favourite bit was his line about when the guy was like, how can I trust you? And he said,
Yeah.
That's an excellent question. I wish I had an answer. But it's kind of enough for him in a way.
Yeah.
But I like it. Yeah, it's kind of he's quite chilled, isn't he?
Yeah.
But has a kind of presence to him.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. I think I mean, if I had to pick a favourite part from the episode, I think it is just all those little moments of Troughton, those moments of humour that he injects into it, and the lightness that he brings. What do you make of what do you make of the story? The idea that, I mean, to me, it obviously works as a kind of, here's a mad scientist type thing, but also it just seems completely bizarre because you're like, why? Where's Zaroff planning to go?
Yeah, is it kind of a suicide mission in a way?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I think Ben is growing on me a lot because he's just kind of quite, he's quite kind of roughy tufty, isn't he?
Roughy tufty.
Or is that the phrase I was going?
I've no idea. I've never heard anyone use the phrase roughy tufty.
He's a proper Londoner, isn't he?
Proper geezer.
Yeah, but quite likable.
Bit of a lad.
Yeah, a bit of a lad. He feels like the sort of guy you'd go to spoons with.
But Jamie's quite.
Would you share a picture with Ben?
But Jamie's kind of. No, well, they're similar in some ways, aren't they? I mean, obviously they're completely different characters because one's a sort of 60s man from the Navy, and then Jamie's obviously from sort of 1740s Scottish Highlander. But they both sort of fulfil a similar function, don't they? It seems the kind of slightly more active action side of the story.
Yeah,
has gone through them so far.
What I will say is Jamie seems to have adapted to TARDIS travel remarkably quickly.
That's true. He does seem very relaxed about the whole thing.
He just kind of rolls with it, doesn't he?
Yeah. But also, I mean, it's sometimes the case, isn't it, when you have three companions that there's not enough for them to do, but Jamie and Ben seem to go well together in what they were doing, and obviously Polly was off doing something else as well, so it seems like there's enough to support the cast. They're not just trying to fill time, it doesn't feel like, so that seems positive.
Yeah, it seems that clearly in this kind of stage of Doctor Who, 3 companions was seen as desirable. We've had that for quite a lot of the show so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a surprise to me, coming from largely the modern era where it's like, who's the companion going to be?
Yeah, normally there's been sort of 1, and then sometimes we ended up with 2, didn't we? But rarely more than that. So,
I've got a fun fact for you about the ocean pool.
Have you?
Did you know that there is enough water in the world? Let me see if I can get this right. There's enough water in the world to sink the Titanic.
It's unsinkable, mate.
So, well, thanks for watching, everyone. If you'd like to see part 3 of Fishy Boys,
Fishy boys. Fishy boys watch Doctor Who.
come back. Come back. That's in the Titanic, isn't it?
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, do give us a subscribe if you'd like to stay in the loop. And
And we're off, and Thomas is gonna paint me like one of his French girls.
oh,
On that note, goodbye.
that is not an image people want in their heads. I don't know what that. Oh, it's the mirror, isn't it? I quite like it. That's quite relevant for.
Yeah, very much so.
That's so rad. I love. Yeah, this is so true. I love memes. It's so true, isn't it?
It is true. It is true.